Welcome to Issues, and I'm your host, Richard Smith. This evening we're going to be talking with Philip Rego. Philip Rego gave up a thriving business, and now he is in the mission field. He is in Haiti. Let's talk to Philip and find out how it all came about. Welcome, Philip. It's good to have you on Issues.
Thank you.
Many Bermudians are aware of part of your story. But let's go back to the very beginning. You were a contractor or a landscape designer.
Digging holes, planting trees.
Now, and you gave that up. Tell us, did you have a vision? Did you have a dream? What happened?
You know, when you get, waking up in the middle of the night, most people go to their phone or go to their laptops, turn the TV on. But this specific time, I just drove to my knees. I said, Lord, what are you waking me up for? Because, we could either use it a time to waste time, but I said, and I heard it clearly. God impressed upon me, he said, go to Haiti. I said, Lord, choose another place, please, not Haiti. Not Haiti. I don't want to go to Haiti. But, when God calls you, well, what are we supposed to do? We're in his will. We want. So I got up in the morning, I told my wife I'm going to Haiti. She laughed at me. My son laughed at me. My daughter laughed at me. But, and I wanted to get my shots because I don't know anybody in Haiti. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nobody. But I told my wife, I said, call the doctor. I'm going to Haiti today. She's laughed at me. I said, 10 o'clock, call the doctor. I want to get my shots. So the doctor said, well, we don't give shots today. We give them to them on Thursdays. I said, well, tell the doctor. You want his on the line? Tell him I'm going to Haiti with shots or without shots. The doctor said, if that boy is that serious, he better come get some shots. So I went out and got some shots, and I said, well, in the meanwhile, I said, when I'm going to get my shots, I said, book me on a flight. She says, well, it's expensive. I don't care if it costs whatever.
Now, let me follow you. You heard God speak to you in the night, and when you woke up in the morning, you were ready to go that day.
That day, I'm going. I'm not normal. Yeah, most people in Bermuda probably know to me, I'm not normal. Don't follow my path. It's not, it's like they say, don't do this here. Don't try it without your parents. Well, I'll give you this story. But, yeah. And then she booked me on a flight. Now, that's nice. Now, who am I going to see and where I'm going to go?
Yes.
I made one call to a friend. I said, you know anybody in Haiti? Because I'm going to Haiti today. He gave me a name.
Well, let me back up. You were working. Did you have jobs that you had to do or...
No, because what happened was prior to that, for like 3 months before that, I just sold my business. I said, how much money does a man need? Mm-hmm. And my daughter said to me, Dad, you're not going to be the richest dead man in the graveyard. You're going to kill yourself the way you're working. Mm-hmm. I said, really? Then I was doing for a job up at Dockyard. I was landscaping this whole area, putting all these palm trees in. Architect, there was a Canadian guy, pulled me aside. He says, hey, Philip, can I have a word with you? Our whole team there on a Sunday digging was like a full-fledged day, work week. He said, can I have a little work? I've been watching you. He says, I got something I want to tell you. He says, the way you're working, you won't be around another 5 years from now. You're killing yourself. I dropped my tools. I left the machines unlocked, and I just drove down the road. I said, Lord, is this an answer to prayer? Well, what are you telling me? So I went, I don't know, I talked to one or two people, so I'm selling my business. Boom, it was gone. It's gone. So that gives you a little bit of history of that. But this guy gave me a name named John Claude in Haiti. Well, yet did I know when I landed, my wife said, Philip, I remember a little duffel bag. I wasn't prepared for nothing. I had no clue what I was getting into. I had no idea. I landed in Haiti by myself. And I got out of the airport and I started calling John Claude. Everybody in Haiti's named John Claude. Everybody. I said, well, I'm going to fix that real quick. I said, I'm going to dial the number to that person I talked to. I started dialing the number. Then I watched the people who's picking up the phones. I figured out who you are. That's how I got to where I was going. That was an amazing trip. But look in the children's eyes, probably what did it for me. The grown-ups, I won't go to Haiti for the grown-ups. But the kids has no possibilities, no father, no mother.
Okay, now here you are in Haiti, getting in touch with Jean-Claude. So what's the next step? And you're there because you believe that God has directed you there. Did you have any idea what you wanted to do while you were there?
Oh, yeah, because I heard about the four hurricanes back to back. Mm-hmm. So took 20 grand down there. And we thought that I could feed the whole world. But, 20 grand will fill up a little bit of room here with bags of rice, nothing. It went in like 2 hours.
Wow.
And the look in the eyes was interesting, you know, it was like empty, it was like they were desperate. And I couldn't believe it, you know, and the line got longer and longer and longer and longer, and we ran out of food.
So you went down there, and with the 20 grand, you purchased food to give away?
Right, buy rice and beans and try to give it away. So it was a group of us down there. When I got there, not only that I was there, it was another guy he was a Jewish guy. He was doing the same thing. We kind of all went to the same place, and that's how this came about. So, and after we ran out of food, the people outside there are desperate, man. I said, Lord, what are we going to do? So they had this Catholic organization down there. It's called Feed the Poor. So we went there and told them our case. You know, we got a lot of people outside the gate looking for food, so they gave us 85 bags of rice. Those Haitians slept there the entire night in the road, would not move. Time we got back with the rice, it was already dark, so we bagged them all up and gave them out the next day. They done. These people could sing with an experience, man. You know, it wasn't like you didn't need no amplifier, you didn't need no guitar, you didn't need no drums. These people sang like, I'm telling you, it was like in an amphitheater. And these are people very grateful. They knew something was coming. I didn't. But we went to go get some more food. Probably had no money, but they gave us some food, which was real blessed by that.
Okay, now here you've been there a few days. You've gotten food, you ran out of food, and then got some more. So what's the next step?
Came back home. Yeah. And I told normally my relatives want to know what happened. Yeah. I told some of my business people that I don't work with, and then it grew from there. And then in 2 weeks, I mean, the Haitians didn't believe I was coming back, and I didn't know what I was up to. I went down there with just a bag, you know, probably like sneakers, shorts, toothbrush. What? That was it. And I had no idea I was going to battle. Man, that was serious stuff. And when I came back, I told the people, I said, we really got to do something. These people are desperate. I've been in a lot of places in the world, but I've been to Egypt, I've been in a lot of places, but nothing like Haiti. And came back and told the story, and then I started raising some money, and we done a feeding program. We did, you know, in the mountains. A lot of people are desperate up there. No possibilities of food, and it goes on and on. And then I just went there, and then boom. I didn't want to have an orphanage. I didn't want to have a clinic. I wanted to have nothing. I just wanted to go from place to place. I want to go to Peru. I want to go to Kenya. I got people calling me now in Kenya, and Sri Lanka, India. They're calling me all over the place, telling me come and help them set up a program. And I said, Lord, that's what I wanted to do. I want to go, you know, my strength is to be a place for a little time and move. Cool. I don't like to be there too long. Okay.
Now, which one did you set up first, the orphanage or the clinic?
We set up an orphanage because all these kids were thrown out, you know, on the streets and stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of our kids are all coming from abandoned homes, found in the trash pile in Port-au-Prince, child slavery.
In the trash pile?
Standing right in a heap of trash. Walking on a footpath at night at 9 o'clock, visiting a family or something, you find a little girl rolled up in the trees. She doesn't even know her father. She doesn't know where she came from. She knows nothing. So I have to give identity to these kids. I have to falsify a birth certificate. You know what that's like? I have to go and say, okay, your name is such and such. My wife might name the baby.
But your wife is with you?
My wife comes down there, my daughter comes down there, everyone, my whole family goes with me. And we say, okay, you're going to be named that. And your birthday is going to be that. Because they don't know. We get these kids, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about them. So we have to create a birth certificate. So we have to pay someone on the table and say, listen, you're going to be their auntie. And now he's going to be named such and such and such and such. And that's how we create even a passport. It's crazy how it's done, but that's how else you could do it. There's no father, no mother. We don't know who the auntie is. We know the uncle. We know nobody. We have to create this.
Is it because some of the relatives died in the hurricane?
They don't even know who they were. Like, for example, okay, I take my little granddaughter. She's 1 year old. I take her, put her in the trash pile. She can't tell you nothing about where she came from. So think about 90% of our kids come out that way. Some of them are a little older. They will say, well, you know, my mother died. My auntie was looking after me. And And all I was doing, I was like a slave to them. I would go get the water down the street, and I would just service her. That's what they do. So it's pretty sad, but that's the reality of things in Haiti.
Okay, here you are now. You decided that you want to do an orphanage. Did you buy a building? Did you build a building? How did you get the workers?
They're all Haitians. First of all, we bought a banana patch. Everything that I bought in Haiti, I put it into the Haitians' name. Nothing's in my name. I have a foundation in Haiti as well, and all the people that's on the board in Haiti understands that will always be an orphanage forever and ever. It cannot be sold for any other thing. So 20 years from now, you go there, should be looking after kids. That place should be a place of refuge for kids. And how it got purchased, it was we tried to rent a little piece of property because we had like 40 kids laying all over the floor. We had we expended so much, I don't like to say no to the kids, and came home, and a lady, Mrs. Edgecombe, is her name? Can't really remember her name, but she worked for the Little Venice group, and she called me in, and she wanted to talk to me about. She raised some money at a golf tournament, and she was going to give money to 3 different charities. After talking to her, yet did I know that she was the accountant for the firm. And she turned around and told me what's my greatest need. And said, I want to rent this place. I thought of a place down in Haiti. It's quite nice, and I could put a school and a clinic on it. But the guy in Haiti wanted $50,000 up front. And I said,
$50,000 American dollars.
Yeah.
And how many acres would
it that? Wasn't equal an acre, probably half acre. But he had the facility that will accommodate our kids. Okay. And because we just had a little room, and it was like $2,500 a year to rent that, and that was difficult. I had to make that in 3 payments because money, dictates everything. But when I came, that guy didn't want to make a deal other than cash. And I told him I can't come up with the cash. But anyway, I come down here, and then she gives me $30,000.
Wow.
So what I done was I went back to Haiti. I was so excited. I was blown away at what she did. And I went back to Haiti. And I said, well, we could rent this place, and maybe we'll give him 30. At least we have something. Well, he changed his mind. He said, no, I want 100 now.
100,000.
So, God has a plan again, right? Yeah. So we started looking for a piece of property, found a little piece of property, which the orphanage sits on today. I think it was $20,000. So I found this lady that owned it. She was in Germany. She was a Haitian lady looking after her grandchild, and her family was in the army or something. And I told her I'll be interested, would you be interested in selling your property? And I said, I want to put an orphanage there. She says, really, I'll love my property to do that. So she flies from Germany, and we closed the deal out. I said, but we can only do this in 3 payments. They never heard of 3 payments before because I have no money, right? So what I done was I put $10,000 down for the first payment, and now I have 20 in my hand to work with, start building. And this is how it's happened. Wow. I went step by step, little by little, and as you know, there's a little old lady like North Shore, Mrs. Smith on North Shore. Who's her? I see a little check go in, $25. Mrs. something in Somerset, something Shinburn Alley, $100. And people are sending the pension checks to Feed My Lambs. So Feed My Lambs is really established by people, average people, Bermuda, made this thing happen. It's, there's a couple of people came along that made a quick fix, but really, truly, Feed My Lamb is about people, average people, Bermuda, made this thing happen.
We are going to come right back. We're going to stop Philip there, and then we're going to come back and pick up on this exciting story of how Philip gave up everything and is now in Haiti. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We've been talking with Philip Rego of Feed My Lamb, and he was in the middle of an exciting story. Now, Philip, Feed My Lamb, first of all, let me recap. You were sleeping one night. You felt that God told you to go to Haiti. was not your intention to go to Haiti?
Absolutely not.
In the morning, you tell your wife, make an appointment with the doctor so I can get some shot. Book a ticket for me to go to Haiti. And the next thing you know, you're in Haiti.
Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
6 years.
And you've been there ever since. So back and forth to Bermuda. Yeah. Now, this plane, tell us about how this plane was financed.
You know, when the earthquake came, everyone started looking at Haiti, right? You know, I was in Haiti before the earthquake, 2 years before the earthquake. And so people started calling me, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm not a doctor. I dig trees. I plant, I dig holes. That's what I do. And they said, you got to be able to do something. So the money started coming in. I said, Lord, what am I going to do with this here? I can't get into Haiti. It's clear. Unless you're a doctor or anything associated, you're not going down here. I don't care if you own an orphanage. So I didn't know if my orphanage was standing. I didn't even know the clinic was standing at that time, right? So 2 days went by, and then I got a phone call that came from the orphanage. Dad, we guys are...
Oh, the kids call you
call
dad?
Me. Dad.
They call you dad.
Dad. I'm a dad down there, hundreds of dads. But, you know, we need your help. Bang, finish. That was it, 2 seconds. I said, whoa, everybody seems like, okay. I don't know, still not what to expect. 2 hours later, I get a call from the clinic. We're standing, you know, so much people need help that click. I said, really? So now I was going to funnel my money through another avenue that was down there. And, you know, because I don't want the money in my account. Go, but it's intended to work, right? So I started calling around. I said, well, let me call. I called the Renaissance. I called everybody that I thought had a private. But then my last person was Mark Burns, Longtail. Didn't get no answer. So this lady shows up, Lois Wilson, shows up in my house.
Lois Wilson, yes.
She shows up in my house. 2 hours, no words come out of that woman's mouth. She's sitting over there. I said, what is going on? She says, well, I came here just to help with Haiti. I said, well, I need a plane. So she says, you need a plane? I said, I already called Mark. No answer. She says, oh, really? Then she just left. About an hour later, she texts me. She says, Mark's responded to her, and she says, oh, you want to go to Haiti, huh? He said, then she calls me. She says, well, he didn't say no. 4 hours later, she says that we're leaving on Sunday. I said, really? And now I have no doctors, I have no nurse, I have no medication, I have nothing. 4 days. So now my house turns into a pharmacy. Now I have all these doctors coming in here to pick this team.
I mean, where are these doctors coming from?
I don't have a clue.
These are Bermudian doctors?
They're all Bermudian people.
Oh, man.
Chris Johnson, Dr. Chris Johnson, and Dr. Keene, and everybody showed up in my place, and I had to pick my team.
How did the information get out that you need?
It just went through this place that we're going. I'm not sure who did it, right? But we say we're going to Haiti. We need a team of doctors. Dr. Stanley James was there, and all these people was on this in my living room, and we had to pull this team together. I said, well, who am I to pick a team? I could choose between a palm tree and something else, but I don't know who these guys are. I know nothing about them. But anyway, they choose between themselves. They picked a team. Mm-hmm. What a heck of a team. You know, this plane was donated. It was asked to the Bermuda government. They turned it down. They also was asked the Red Cross, and they say no. And this little Feed My Lamb ministry had the opportunity to fly into Haiti on this plane. This was crazy experience. You know, it was designed for us. When we landed in Haiti, we landed with a full team. But
now, what kind of plane was this?
It was a passenger. It was a private jet.
A jet?
Private jet. Fly 1 hour and 50 minutes, man. We're in Haiti. But you know what's the interesting thing? We talk about how God cuts a path, right? The private plane, it goes by weight. You only can put so much stuff in this plane. And then what are you going to do with the excess? Because we had a lot of medicine in our... People came from all over. BGA donated about $30,000 worth of medicine, right? Wow. So now we load up the plane, and we got all this excess stuff in my living room. So as we was packing the plane, there was a Jordanian plane on the runway that had a broken windshield. After we were talking to the guys, we tell them what we're doing. We told him we got all this excess medicine, but we need to get to Haiti. He says, well, I'm going to Haiti. So he took all the excess medicine to Haiti. Told my God, cut a path?
Yes.
Okay, bang, there it goes. After we get down to Haiti, we was doing like 23 surgeries a day. You know, we saw like 300 people daily. It was just a regular routine there, and it was really a big mess. got back from Haiti now. I was down there for a few weeks. They asked me, what can we do for Haiti? Well, what's needed? I said, we need a cargo plane. You're talking about speaking things into existence. I don't know the power in that there when you trust God in your words, right? You gotta be, when, we came back and we started calling around. We had a team of people calling around, what about cost for a cargo plane? It was $100,000 and all this dumb stuff. So I found a cargo plane down in Dominican, I think it was, and it was an old Russian firefighter. And he says, I'll do it for $35,000.
He'd sell you the plane for $35,000. Carry
come and get us and take us.
Yeah.
I said, wow, really? I said, I don't know how I'm going to find that money. I said, I'll get back to you. That crazy guy flew right into Bermuda without even a yes. And the other thing, my phone ran off like 2 hours later, and there was a company in Bermuda called me up and said, Philip, I heard you getting a cargo plane. Where's all this information going to? He says, I'm willing to pay for the whole thing. I said, no. I'm not going to do that. I said, I've got money coming in right now for this disaster. I said, you do half and I'll do half. So now it's pretty interesting. You got a cargo plane sitting in the run. How are you going to fill up 32,000 pounds of merchandise? Mm-hmm. Well, God had another plan. There was somebody packing a container to go down to Africa somewhere, right? And they said it's just too much money. When you start packing and start sending to another country, there's a lot involved in just sending it to the United States. There's a lot of red tape. So we get this cargo plane in Bermuda. Now we got a company that's going to pay half of the cargo plane. I'm going to come up with the balance because people donated to us. Okay. So somebody gives me a container full of goods. So I back this container back to this cargo plane, and I fill up the plane. So you're talking about cutting a path? Mm-hmm. And then, okay, let's move along a little quicker because I know this half an hour is going to go by so quick. So that happens, right? Now we talk about, now I said, after this is all said and done, we were sponsoring a couple of kids outside, like 60 kids outside of the orphanage. And, we sat down as a board and we done the numbers, He says, well, our board said, I think we better just form our own school. I said, you guys are killing me. Those guys can make all the decisions. They sit on this side of the world. I sit on that side. And I said, Lord, I'm not going to do what I did with the orphanage. Stop, go. It's just too much. It's stressful. So I get a girl. Everybody knows this, Aliana King. She calls up my wife and said, listen, we want to do a school project for Bermuda Institute. Well, guess what? That girl raised, I think it was $15,700.
Wow.
Okay, she raised $15,700, and I said, Lord, I am not about to start until I have the money start going in front because it's stressful. So I get a phone call from a company, and it says, well, Philip, I've been watching you for like 5 years, and I think I would like to help you with the school. I said, yeah, okay, I heard this before. I was not in the right frame of mind. So I said, I tell you what, if you're interested helping us, put it in writing. I just said it just like that. Rude. I was absolutely rude. I was human. And he put it to writing, and my wife says, hey, this guy is serious. He says, how much is one through, I think it was 9. I said, $70,000. It's going to take us to build. He put $70,000 in the account. Now I'm really frightful.
Hold it now. he put $70,000.
Bang, one time. Oh my goodness. One time. Now I haven't purchased the property yet, because I'm not moving until everything's in place.
You said, God, I want the whole money.
I'm doing this thing. Yeah. I said, Lord, it has to be this way because you guys can bury me in Haiti because it's not going to happen. Yeah. So I went back to the owner now. I called up the owner. I said, no, as you know, we don't have a lot of money. We need this thing in 3 payments. We need this thing in 3 payments. He says, okay. The property was $25,000. The Kings came up with 15. I had to come up with the balance. Okay, yeah. So I done it in 3 weeks because I didn't know how I was going to get the balance. But I said, Lord, you gave me enough for me to really. You caught my attention now. So we started. We bought the property, laid it all out, got it all surveyed. Yes, it's all our property. Okay, fine. Then we start building. I mean, keep in mind. There's no machinery down there. Everything is done by hand. All the aggregate is broken by rocks. Some old lady over here has got one leg missing. I take a pile of rock to her, and she cracks all the rocks. I take a little boy over there that's handicapped. Everybody's cracking for us, right, to get the aggregate. And then that's how every block is. Don't go down the Beermans. We make the block up. 1 minute?
1 minute.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And all the block is made by hand. Bang, finished. Now the building goes up. We don't even know how we're going to put bathrooms, all that there. But, God caught up a plan. Peace Lutheran Church down there sends me a check, $2,000, the doors, and it goes on and on. And, I'm flying home. And I said, Lord, how am I going to put the railings up? Said, well, I was short $300 on the teacher's salary, and I need $2,000 for the rails. I go back, and some old lady down in Tennessee had a little vegetable stand, sold her vegetables, and everything equaled up to $2,300 exactly for the rails plus the $300 short for the. And I could go on and on about miracles. I could talk about the pouch. I went down to $7,000, and at the end of the day, I heard a voice say, "Pay everything in full." I paid $13,340 came out of this pouch, but I only put seven
in there.
7 in there. Okay, I ended that one. What can I say?
Listen, we're at the end, but we could go on and keep talking to Philip. Philip, with 10 seconds, if someone wants to donate to Feed My Lamb, what do they do?
It's 3 ways you could do it. First of all, call me and give me encouragement, because your support is a big thing. Second part is prayer. Money is last for me, because I think seeing God takes money and He does amazing things. You call me 535-8934.
535-8934.
535-8934.
Okay.
Or you could email me at philrego58@gmail.com.
philrego58@gmail.com.
And we got
Philip or Phil?
You got me. Phil, Phil, Rego 58@gmail.com.
Okay.
And, we having groups. I'm going down next week. I got 25 people. 5 people coming from Bermuda, 20, I think it's 20 people out of America. And if you we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need painters, we need mentors, we definitely need social workers, because these kids have no identity. They got a pain, they cry to a tree, they cry to a wall. So we like to get into see the nuts and bolts in these kids. And what else can I say? Come and change your life.
Yeah. Come and change your life, man. We have been talking to Philip Rego. We heard how he started Feed My Lamb by God speaking to him one night, and we heard about how God had just been answering prayers and prayers for him. He gave you a way to contact him. Please do. And we also would like to encourage him. We thank you for being with us on Issues, and we will see you next time.